We're here in the shop again today, and I am going to tell you about the time I tried to build my own TIG welder pedal. It didn't turn out pretty. So this is my Thermalarc 185 TSW. It is a square wave machine, and these are actually revered as some pretty awesome TIG welders. So when I bought it, it did not come with the TIG pedal. Well, they usually look a little different than this, but a TIG pedal, right? And I couldn't afford it at the time to buy the proper one that it came with from the factory. It was like, I don't know, like $500 or something like that. But anywho, so I didn't know the name of the connector, so I went ahead and pulled the factory connector out of there, bought this matching set, male and female, off of eBay, and went ahead and wired it in. So I built the TIG pedal. I realized that I thought I could build this because when you look at it on the electrical schematic, all it is an on-off switch and a potentiometer. That's all it is. But the thing is the mechanics inside of here, after playing with it for a long time, man, it is harder to build, to get the potentiometer and the mechanics of that to work correctly. That was frustrating. So it's got springs in it and all that stuff. I'll show you guys that later. But for now, we need to go ahead and talk about... So first things first, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and concentrate on this plug right here. This is a 250 volt plug, but I do not have twist locks here in my shop. Now, whenever you are putting a fresh plug on something, you want to make sure that you look at the voltage rating. Now, since this is a 230 volt or a 208 volt, there are no taps to change. At least I don't believe so. I'm going to look in the manual on this thing, but I don't believe there are taps to change. Now, my other welder, the MIG welder, the big Lincoln, you have to be conscious of what voltage you're plugging it into, because there are taps inside that you have to change based on whatever voltage you're feeding it. If you don't, smoke happens. Things go boom, you know. It's not a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and consult the manual with this. We're going to go ahead and put that other plug on it and verify and make sure that this thing fires up and all that good stuff before we start messing with the TIG pedal stuff. Man, this has got to be one of the weirdest plugs I've ever put together in my life. Like, it is a 50 amp rated plug, which is all my other equipment is 50 amp rated, but the way it goes together and like each one of these pieces being independent is very strange. Like when I say independent, like they all fall out. The back cover holds them forward. It's very strange, but let's go ahead and... Oh, look at that. It even tells you. If you don't know where the wires go, it even tells you. See, black, green, white, and has the strip chart on there. But, yeah. I mean, it's interesting, and it's hinged. The lid is hinged. I don't know. It's very strange. Like, see, debris can get up in there, man. I don't know. Part of me wants to like put a bead of silicone on that, but I don't know, you know. But all right, we'll go ahead and plug it in and contact. See, there's no light. That means I didn't plug it in on the other end. Yeah, go figure. God dang it, Bobby! What the hell? I gotta plug the goddamn cord in, Bobby. Oh, gee. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Contact. Yeah. Okay. Now we got an LED. See? Orange. Orange means power. See if this is on or off. It is off. OFF. And Contact. Okay, that's a good sign. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Power coming on and going hot. Hey, look, no smoke. It leaks. Hey, the fan works. Look at that. All right, that's a good sign. Okay, so you can hear the fan is on. And it blows really good too. Now to focus on the TIG pedal. Power down. So when I first bought this thing, it did not come with a manual, obviously. A secondhand equipment from the military, you know, or government, whatever you want to call it. It did not come with a manual. So this fancy dancy little 3-ring binder right here, I downloaded the entire manual for this thing, put it in double-sided nice little leaflets and stuff. So I have the full manual for this thing. Now, if we look back here in the back, see, it gives the full schematics and all that good stuff. Now here we are. Connector 6. Whoa. Connector 6 or CN6, whatever you want to call it, right there. So you can see this is the panel mount. Let's just make it simple. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 4 to 5, and why isn't it 1 to 1? Well, anyways, so 1 is earth, it looks like. Oh, yep, case ground. That's what it says. Man, that's weird. Why wouldn't they just do... Man, okay, that's frustrating. But anywho, yeah, as you can see, so here is a small schematic of it, but the case ground, contactor control, 24 volts, contactor control, 12 volts DC supply, potentiometer maximum, and yada, 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 yada. Okay, now there is a better schematic back here with my fancy-dancy little... let's see. What do we got? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is it right here. So, front view of 8-socket sound it out. You got this. Front view of 8-socket receptacle. So, as you can see, all it is, so you have ground. There's just a jumper between 4 and 8. That means you have 5 more wires to worry about. So, 2 and 3 go to a normally open push button. And then, yeah, there's your 5K potentiometer. So literally all I bought was a micro switch, wired it for normally open, and a 5K potentiometer, and I built my own TIG pedal. So this connector right here connects to a harness, which comes down here to this board right here. So you see CN6 connector, there's a 1 on that side, and then on the other side there is an 8 to tell you exactly what wire is what in that connector. So we are going to go ahead and pull that off of there and fish it out the front of the unit so we can take it in and solder the new connectors. Ta-da! There we go. Now we got the entire harness. Now it's time to go solder some stuff. Instead of trying to remove the solder off of this, I went ahead and just cut them off. I believe we got enough length to this harness in order to do that. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to strip these down and get them prepped. Now, the pins that these use are quite small. I mean, look at those. So the first little grip is to hold the jacket of the wire. The second little grip is to hold the copper of the wire. But I don't have the specialized crimper. Now the specialized crimper for these is actually extremely expensive. There are cheaper versions, but the actual one from the actual brand, it's just a little hand crimper. It's ridiculous. So I told this other guy who's basically an electrical engineer, I planned on just folding the little tabs over with a pair of small needle nose pliers and then soldering the connection. He said that actually I'll probably get a better connection with it being soldered than I would with just crimping them. So I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with that. Hopefully the camera zoom effect is good enough for you guys to see what's going on. But yeah, here we go. All right, well, I just got all of them stabbed into the back connector. Now, we just gotta snap it into here and it should be good to go. So like I said, I just went by this print as I snapped them all in. They're all numbered accordingly. It makes it super easy. So this has an alignment pin on it. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it'd be that groove right there. And it coincides with the internal pin right there, because obviously you want to keep 1 through 8 correct, right? Right. Ta-da! There we go. Wow, okay. Well, there's a completed harness that I put off for 10 years. Go figure. What the heck is wrong with me? So let's go ahead and test it on this. It should plug in just fine. I tested it before. Look at that, guys. Perfect. Well, it's all together. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this thing up. And man, these stickers on here, I wonder if these are like the stickers on a mattress. So knowing just enough to be dangerous, this is the collet that I have right now. I gotta go see if I have any extras in the drawer, but let's see if it'll show up on camera. Probably not. Well, yep, there you go. You see that 16? This is a 1/16 collet. So I think I have some tungstens for that over there. I don't know if I have any parts for these. I'm going to see if I got collets and tungstens. I got to go see what I got. Holy crap, guys. I was digging around through here and I found one. This is, let's see, it's red. Yeah, it's red. So that would be a 2% thoriated. I don't know if I have any more on the bottom here, but one's a good start. One is a good start. Yep, so it fits in our 16th inch collet. Let's go ahead and reassemble this. Now, with the back end being so long, I don't think I'm gonna have to cut this down. Quite often you'll have to like cut these in half or down even shorter. It depends on how stubby your little end is. What is this called? But anyways, I think the whole thing's gonna fit in there. Let's go ahead and check that. Now, unfortunately, this is the only ceramic cup that I have right now. So we're just gonna work with what we got in order to get this thing started up, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and grind down my tungsten, and what do you say we fire this thing up and give it a try? Okay, what I did was went ahead, fired it up. I adjusted the regulator. Like I said, that is not proper. It's not supposed to have a pressure regulator. It's supposed to have a flow meter, but like I said, mine is damaged. You can see right here the damaged threads on it right there. But besides that, the gauge doesn't bottom out anymore. And yeah, I don't even have a hose that would work for that. So what I need to do is buy a new flow meter as well as a proper hose. But this hose I was able to use. That's the hose that originally goes to the MIG welder from this tank, but it was actually backwards. So I had to pull the end that's on the back of the welder off of the regulator and then take the end off of the welder and put it on the regulator. Now I need to find some steel, grind it down, clean it up. The thing is with TIG, everything needs to be extremely clean. So I need to work on some clean steel real quick. Got to do that. So another thing I don't have is filler rod, but what I do have is some of this. This is just standard old MIG wire. We're gonna pull some wire off of here. We're gonna make our own filler. So just cut you off a section of that. Put that back without accordion, the whole thing, you know, where it just unspools and goes everywhere. Then what we'll do is we'll get some rubbing alcohol here. I'm doing it like this because there was some extra, it looked like rust or dirt or something on this wire. So what I'm going to do is just take this. Like I said, everything TIG welding has to be clean. It has got to be clean. So this is just some 70% alcohol right here that I bought off Amazon. So we'll just give that a wipe. We'll set this to the side. Then what we'll do, we'll take this, we'll fold your wire in half. We'll take it and bend it all the way down. We'll get a point on it. Okay. We'll take some vice grips or a vice even, anything like that'll work. We're just going to pinch onto it, just like that. The other end, we're going to chuck up in a drill. So what we'll do, we got our vice grip on one end, our drill on the other, and we're just going to twist it. Right now what we're doing, we are making a filler rod in this moment. There we go. Okay. Wow, that battery's that dead. Holy crap. Okay, we'll get the end out of here. See how it's all boogered up? We're just going to cut that off to where it's nice. Okay. Come on. Oh, it is hot out here right now. There we go. Nice clean end on it. Do the same with the other end if you feel like it. Wow, I need to oil those things. They are rough. Okay, so there we go. Now we have a filler rod. That's simple. So we'll take our rag with our alcohol on it. We're going to wipe that again. And you can cut this into smaller pieces too. You could do little pieces, long pieces, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Since I'm kind of new, I say I'm new, but I've TIG welded in the past. It's just been a long time. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this into, now I got 2 filler rods. Look at that. Magic. Here's our little pieces. We're going to go ahead and clean those with rubbing alcohol as well. Like I said, clean is the name of the game on this. Now this was just one piece I cut up into 3 pieces, so we'll just weld it back together. Let me get some vice grips. Now, I set the welder up. I set the welder up as close to my ability. Like, I just set it up. I'm winging it right now. So here we go. First weld. Well, I did try it out. I accidentally dipped the tip a couple of times, but yeah, getting started. Yeah, that looks terrible. But the thing is it's been a long time since I TIG welded anything, and this is not really an ideal setup. This metal, this steel was not exactly clean like it should have been, but because like I said, TIG is extremely picky. And you got to have everything super clean. And the filler rod that I made, this was off of like a rusty roll of filler. So as you can tell, the setup's not ideal, but it will work. I do need to get the proper flow regulator, hose, some consumables, filler rod. There's a handful of things I still need, but as you can see, the machine works. Our wiring for the connector worked correctly. The pedal works great. Everything is working great right now. So what that means is now we have a TIG welder in the shop that we can do, say, intercooler piping, exhaust, anything that needs to be TIG welded, and I do have some stuff coming up for that. But first I need a lot more practice, time under the hood, stuff like that, and the correct equipment. But until then, yeah, we got a TIG welder.